And just like that, we're live. Welcome back to another episode of Who the Fuck Asked You. Now I know that motherfuckers is like, who is that nigga right there? Right there. That's my dog. But we gonna get into that in a minute. But before we do, you know how we get it down. I just want to send my special shout outs to Rich, Ray P, the whole Culture Garden umbrella, the childish grown-ups, everybody, man. Spike Lou. I keep saying everybody, but shit, they know who they is. Shit. And then last but not least, I want to send a special shout out to Rio, man. Rio said, make sure they know. Yeah, I got you, man. Chill out, man. Rio is not here today because he's working. A lot of us have regular lives outside of this place, outside of this YouTube screen. We got real motherfucking shit going on. So with that being said, I took it upon myself. I said, we got to find somebody. Got to find an OG, somebody that knows some shit. And that's where my guy comes in. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
Yeah, well, my name is Chaz. First and foremost, aka L Boogie Tao. And honestly, man, I'm just here to, to step up and enjoy myself with my brethren.
Yeah.
And we're gonna make some magic here, man.
Let's get it. So
we're gonna make some magic earlier, here. And we're gonna do big things, man. And we're gonna have a lot of laughs, man. Laughs, man.
I already know it. I'm excited. And again, a lot of this is to keep things rolling. So, our schedule is every 2 weeks, but sometimes it goes to 3 weeks, sometimes it's a month. And again, that's because, regular life. That it's tougher when it's two people. When you have three, you can always, it might not be me that week, but it's Chaz and Mario, or it might be just me and Mario. So it just keeps things rolling, keep the shit moving. So as you see, this episode, I don't know. I think I've been on that 90s. I think I've been in this nostalgic area of like growing up, especially now, as an adult. In June I'll be 37. Shit is insane to me.
Let's go.
Yeah. So with that being said, I just was like, yo, what type of shit did we grow up doing or was a part of, or that then was normal, but now you look back at it and was like, yo, that shit was wild, bro. Like we was really out here doing that shit. So that's how that's what made me come up with this episode. I think the first thing that I really wanted to get into is not related to that, but it is, music. Like, and I use the example of like Get Low. What's another one? Hot in Here. Like, do you think our parents just didn't care? Do you think they was really were they listening? You know what I mean? Like we was 10. I was in 6th grade when Get Low came out, bro. Like, and that was the first question.
So I'm going to say I'm speaking from a different perspective because I have you by some years.
Okay.
I was actually grown.
Okay.
But youthful grown.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
When that came on, and so my parents didn't. It wasn't that crazy, but it was at the same time because I remember my mom, and I still laugh at this to this day every time I think about this stuff.
Yeah.
They used to have the songs come on the radio and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When it's catchy, you know what I'm saying. Old people be just singing it, but my mom would walk around saying, "Oh, skeet."
Not knowing shit.
Mm-hmm. And I still get weak thinking about that shit because I'm like, it's just funny as hell to me. Oh yeah, they were they were more into the beats and the sounds versus
Yeah.
the actual lyrics. I don't think they were actually paying attention to the stuff. It kind of like us when we were kids listening to the R&B songs that they were playing for us and not realizing that, yo, some of this shit is fucked up. Like,
yeah, because
when
like
you
you
when you
said,
listen to,
go ahead.
well, go ahead. Well, I
Well, I
was
was just,
just like, go ahead.
well, I was just gonna bring up Get Low, how different the radio version is from the
Oh
explicit.
yeah.
Listen, like
Oh
you,
yeah.
if your mom is like, all right, go ahead, because it don't sound too bad, but you listen to the one that shit get
Yeah.
crazy. Like, again, I remember having the Kings of Crunk album, maybe. I think
Okay.
that's the one. Okay, yeah. Or maybe it would. Either way, I remember I knew I wasn't supposed to have this album, and Mom's dipped out. And you know how it be with Mom. I'm like, oh shit, I'm about to play my music. Fuck it. Like I knew she was
Yeah.
gonna be gone for a minute. I don't know why she had to come back, but she did, bro. And I had some shit playing. Mom's wasn't going, bro. Turn that motherfucker. Then she start cussing like Lil John. Turn that motherfucking shit on right motherfucking now. I'm like, damn. That used to be crazy. Mm-hmm.
So I had different experiences. I remember growing up, and there was music that my pops played
Yeah.
when he was in the car with my mom's, and then there was music that he played when it was just me and him.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I first got hip to
Yep.
to rap music. I got hit. My first album that I can really remember knowing by heart was The Chronic.
Okay.
That was my first one.
Shout out to Pops, man. He a legend for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, definitely. But yeah, no, that, and even then, that wasn't edited, so
Mm-hmm. I already know.
So yeah.
So another one I had was what's something when you were younger that someone else had or would do that make you think, damn, they rich. Like these motherfuckers got money.
So this gonna sound crazy, but my mom was the ultimate budget person.
Yeah.
So we lived on a budget. So I have an older brother, who is a half brother, but you know that don't really,
don't matter.
Yeah.
Black households.
But when I would go stay the night with him and his mother and grandmother and whoever else lived in the house at the time, they would have Fruity Pebbles. And like nigga, what is this? You know, because me growing up, I had Fruit Rounds, Fruit Dots. Now for these people that did shop at Aldi's back in the day, the generic tricks were called Fruit Dots.
Yep.
And then it turned into Fruit Shapes.
Like, that's a fact. If you know, you know.
Right. So I had that. So when I got that, I was like, oh. So when I would go to certain people's house and they would have snacks that just, it was like the real shit. Like I remember going over to one of my friends and he had the real Pop-Tarts, not toaster pastries.
Yeah,
the real Pop-Tarts. Right. And she was like, wow, oh, they got money. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yep, that's a fact.
So it was something just as simple as that. And you know, the crazy part is I didn't necessarily know that I was poor, but I knew that we weren't eating that.
Yeah. We weren't living like that.
Right.
I think I think for me it was the shoe thing, the Jordan thing. Even in like middle school, like fifth, because I want to say around 5th, 6th grade is when you really start, doing your own thing and start liking, clothes and I guess name brands. And 5th grade, I remember FUBU was big. And I had I talk about this a lot. Shout out to moms. She went to Rinks Flea Market, which is it's no longer there, but it was a big flea market in Cincinnati.
Okay.
And she got me a FUBU shirt, bruh. When I tell you, I thought I was it. You hear me? I'm thinking I'm that nigga. I got my FUBU, yeah. And another little boy walked up on me. It reminded me of Big in that in that motherfucker.
Did he pull your tag?
That nigga pulled my tag. Guess what that bitch said?
Oh.
That tag said "Fruit of the Loom." They killed me, bro. They killed me at school.
You gotta rip the tag out, bro.
I didn't even know. I didn't know. All I seen was the FUBU in the front. That was good enough for me, man. Okay. So they definitely ruined that for me. I got some examples. Some people on the internet was saying TV in your own room. Like, you got a TV in your room? Oh, you got it. Like,
I've had that since I was a kid.
Yeah, I always had a TV in my room, so that wasn't a big deal for me. I know we talked about it maybe a couple episodes ago, maybe longer than that. The PlayStation multi thing, like if you have more than 2 players, the jack that you can stick in, and then, like, 6 people can play. Like that's forever one for me. Like, I remember I've only seen it in real life maybe twice. Like,
so I had one of them. So here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I happened when I was growing up, everything merit based.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you could get these things that you asked for, but you had to have good grades.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So me always wanting the new gadget, the new game system, the new whatever.
Yeah.
My pop said, okay, well, you better not bring me anything. And you can only bring me 1 C. And if you bring me 1 C, you got to have the rest A's. I said, okay. So that's what I would do. I would make sure I get A's in everything. And then if there was something I didn't like, it was typically art class.
Yeah.
I would do just enough to get that C. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I would just continue down that path. So I had the 4-player extenders for the Sega Genesis and the PlayStation. I had for both of those. I had a shitload of memory cards.
Damn.
For we are gonna get later on. We're gonna get into the video game shit because the kids nowadays have no idea the frustration about that shit.
Nope.
But yeah, I had just about every system that you could think of growing up, damn near, except some of them I was grown, and then I just passed on them. Like I didn't. My little brothers and sisters had the GameCube. That wasn't really for me. I still think to this day, barring no system, even with the upgraded graphics and everything, there's no system better than a Nintendo 64 to me. I think that's the end all be all as far as systems.
I'm not mad at anyone for filling that one. Like that was way ahead of his time.
It was
everything. It was.
But yeah, no, I'm with you on that. But a lot of kids used to come over to my house to play video games and stuff.
See, and maybe that was my thing too. Like I had friends, but my mom was very particular about who the fuck came in my house. Like
absolutely.
She just
absolutely. There was only like 2 neighborhood kids that was really allowed in the house.
Yeah.
Only like 2.
Yeah.
But I had a shitload of cousins. So
But see, I have, and Rich can attest, we got a shitload of cousins, but they all girls. Like,
that's crazy.
Pretty much the only 2 boys, and then my other 2 boy cousins lived in Dale High and Oak Hills, which you don't know where that is, but that's out in the bougie neighborhoods. Now they had all the game systems, they had the Pop Tarts, they had it all. It was living good. Let me tell you how good them niggas was living, bro. I used to try to get them to spend the night. You know what the first question they used to say to me was?
What
cereal y'all got? Every time, bro. It never failed. Like, we can be at the brink of like, all right, I'm gonna come through. Then it's like it hit them. They was like, hold on, what kind of cereal y'all got? And I say some shit like, shit, frosted frosted nothing. I don't want none of that shit. Yeah, bro, they used to do me dirty, man. That's probably never mind. I ain't gonna say what I was gonna say. Okay, so another one that I seen on here was going to Blockbuster and getting more than one movie. I don't know. I would say that's probably true. Especially in the sense of like your mom goes, she's going to get her something, she'll get you something, but neither one of y'all getting two movies. Like,
so I guess this is kind of where I differ. My mother would have movie night every Friday.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
So my pops, he depending on what shift he was working.
Okay.
Whether he would be there or not. So, but she would let, and so just a little background. My mother ran a daycare, right?
Okay.
But the daycare in large, like she had other kids, but a large part, a lot of the kids were my family members, cousins, first cousins and stuff like that. So she would do, all right, the girls get a pick of a movie, the boys get a pick of a movie.
Okay.
The girls get a video game, the boys get a video game. And then she would pick a family movie.
Yeah.
And then she would pick a movie for her. So that's how that would kind of go. Okay. So it was, everybody was covered and stuff like that. So
hey, y'all was living good over there, boy.
We would have candy. Like, listen, man. I like I said, I'm not sure. Like early, it was a lot of budgeting with the food.
Yeah. Okay.
So the food was definitely, but I think that a lot of it had to do with the fact that we had so many people always coming in and out. Okay. So so it wasn't a lot of, what I'm saying. But as far as like entertainment and all that stuff, like I wouldn't trade childhoods with anybody.
Yeah, I'm
with you because I really had one of them. When people say like, "Oh, I had a great childhood," and I like great, like I'm one of them people that I can say I had a great childhood.
Yeah, I'm definitely with you on that. I wouldn't change anything about my childhood. Yeah. Mostly, I stayed a lot of times with Rich, and his pops used to get us hip to so many movies, and we talk about it a lot. 85. My grandparents had every movie channel. Like I'm talking about, the bill was $250 to $300. They kept it on because my grandmother used to say, "I don't know, my babies come over, they want to watch something." Shit, like that softcore porn at 1 a.m. So another one. I don't want to say this is. I think this was just a trend. Was like tall tees. Like I feel like. No. I'm talking about just like not necessarily you rich because you got a tall tee, but I don't think that. I think our fashion was horrible, bro. Like,
it was definitely horrible,
and that's what I'm trying to get into. Like, our fashion, bro. The fashion. I feel like I feel like a lot of shit comes back, but our fashion has been skipped over.
I hope that tall tees never comes back,
bro. Tall tees. Remember like ringtones when those first became big, but people don't remember these new niggas don't know nothing about the ding 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 Nokia joints,
right?
It just sound like it. Shit. For real. Listen, this is how crazy this shit is. My uncle, shout out to Unc, he still got a ring back tone.
A ring back, like when you follow?
Yes.
Oh wow! I didn't even know they still had them
now. And guess what? This how you know you're old school nigga. What's going to play is "It's a Man's World." James Brown. Niggas silly, man. Yeah, that's
Bring
it for
back.
that.
That's wild. That's wild.
Like, come on, bro.
Let me ask you this, man.
Go ahead.
When y'all were kids, so it wasn't so I'm assuming, even though I got you by years, that you had a curfew of the streetlights. Did you have that?
Yeah, for sure. My mom didn't say, okay, so the street lights was part of it, right? But her other thing was you got to be in distance to where when I say,
yeah, okay, yeah.
It's over. You can go wherever, but it better be in the distance of when I scream your name. I'm going to scream your name. I'm going to give you that chance. You feel me? Like,
yeah.
And listen, 6 times out of 10, another motherfucker is running down on me like, your mama just called you. Like, oh shit. Come on. She called you about 3 times, bro. Like, damn.
Yeah, you don't want to get to the third one. You don't want to get to the third one.
Yeah, it's over, bro.
Yeah, no, that street light curfew. Because I asked that question because I'm from the era where we rode bikes, and we would ride bikes and be going like now. Some people grew up in big cities. You grew up in a big city or a fairly big city, Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, yes, sir.
I grew up in Sandusky.
Okay.
Yeah. Where you can everywhere in Sandusky, you can essentially you can go there within 20 minutes. Like at the farthest tip, you're gonna make it to the farthest tip to the farthest tip, you're gonna make it there in 20 minutes.
Damn.
And that's saying a lot. That's really saying it really might be. And if you get all green lights or majority green lights, it's probably going to be like 12 minutes. Honestly,
that's the best. That's the best shit ever.
Yeah. So in growing up like that, we would ride bikes, and we would ride bikes all over especially in the summer.
Yeah.
And like it's crazy because like I don't know if your moms ever did this shit, but like stop running in and out. You gonna run up my light bill?
Come on, man. You know that.
So my mom would literally lock the doors. And then we had to ring the doorbell, and the girls could go in to use the bathroom. The boys, if you didn't have to use the bathroom, if you had the shit, you was gonna tell them you could piss anywhere.
Anywhere. Yep. You know what?
You had the water. You get the water out the hose if you're thirsty.
Yep.
You come in to eat.
See,
and then you take your ass back outside.
That was my granddad's thing. Was you letting my good air out? Yeah. I'm running in and out of this house. You running letting my good air out. I didn't pay this bill to keep the streets cold. You be like, what the hell are you talking about, dude? Like,
you trying to cool the outside? That's what my mom was saying. You trying to cool the outside?
Yep. Yeah. So let me see. Is there anything else you want to kind of get into? Because I don't. Again, the next part I got is the what the fuck moment of the week, man, and then we're gonna get into what we came here for.
No, good. Let's go ahead and let it flow.
All right. So my what the fuck moment of the week is the internet doing what the internet does, making things bigger than they actually are. And the reason I even have this is the Pooh Shiesty Gucci shit, man. Shit's ridiculous. And the real reason I brought this up was because the internet has become a place where even OGs who know the rules, who know that this is an open case. Gucci Mane beat a murder charge, nigga. And the internet saying that he got robbed and he called the police and all this and all that has him so upset that he's willing to change his character. This nigga wrote a track dissing Pooh Shiesty. The shit is ass, by the way.
Yeah, I heard it.
But the problem with it is, like I said, like it's an open case. Like you shouldn't even be speaking on this shit. Like I'm just ashamed, man, because just maybe 2 weeks ago, not even 2 weeks ago, I don't know why. I just wanted to hear some old Gucci. Like, I think it's just because you know, sometimes you just feel nostalgic. And I was hard on Gucci Mane when he first came. I'm like, this nigga ass, bro. Like, so sometimes I do that. Like, I'm like, you know what? I said this nigga was straight. Let me go back to and check this nigga out. And I was listening. I'm like, bro, Gucci was fire, man. And then
he had a nasty run.
he had a nasty
run.
Yeah. When you talk about mixtapes and in classic mixtapes, you have to talk about Gucci. I think that's unfair not to mention Gucci Mane because he just was dropping shit and dropping shit and dropping shit. And he was unsigned, like he was doing that shit on his own. Them Hood Affairs DVDs, all that shit. Like he got it cracking. Like I remember watching one of the Hood Affairs back in like 06, 07. He had Waka Flocka with him, but we didn't know. I didn't know. Nobody knew who Waka Flocka was. Like Gucci was like, this my little head Waka. Hey, cover his face up. That nigga kill niggas. We ain't like. Then 2 years later, Waka dropped one of the, you know what I'm saying, hottest songs ever, and I'm just like, this shit crazy. Like, but yeah, I just mentioned it that, you know, when you think about it, like if you moving off of the internet, half of the people on the internet is Gen Z, and like them people ain't your people, bro. Like
this is true. You got to realize when time passes you by.
Yes, and that's just, bro. When I listened to it, the diss, I thought it was either AI or an old track, like because it sounds like 07 Gucci, like. Because remember when he first came in, he was very simple. Like his rhymes was very simple. Like, and as he got older and matured a little bit, they still ain't the best. He ain't the lyricist of the year, but he can rhyme some better shit than that. Like that shit was trash, bro. And I just like, damn, look at the internet getting this old ass nigga out of character, bro.
Is it out of character or is it back in character?
No. And here's my thing too that made me salty is how he was talking shit to Jeezy at that verses was wild. Like, and I don't know, man. That just shit just took me out. Where I'm like, damn, Gucci, you letting these niggas take you out of character, bro. Like, so, go ahead.
I'm gonna say this. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's out of character because you know the nigga is nuts, right? Like, you know, he take medicine because he like what is it, bipolar maybe?
Well,
he has some kind of mental disorder that makes him like when he's going through his shit, his wife even takes his phones and she takes all that shit. When she sees the signs of it, she immediately takes shit from him so he can't go on them crazy ass rants. So I don't know if it's out of character or if it's the character he's just flipping back into, you know what I'm saying, some same old shit type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but we definitely know that Gucci has matured. He's written 2 books.
And I didn't know he wrote 2 books.
He wrote a couple books, and I don't know if it's the first or the second one, but one of them they say is fire. Like, and I believe it. Like, and again, I just listened to maybe an album of like 2024 or something. And again, he's not the lyricist of the year. But compared to 07, I was like, damn, Gucci, he done came up. Kind of like Jeezy. Like when Jeezy start maturing, you know what I mean? I'm like, okay, Jeezy really is a rapper. Like he really can rap. Like
I'm gonna be honest with you. When I first heard Jeezy, it wasn't for me. It honestly, it really was. It was that single Boys in the Hood that kind of that made me say, you know what, I'm gonna give this nigga a chance.
Yeah.
Like, but before the shit I heard before that, I was like,
hey man, I fuck with Jeezy, man.
But yeah, but I fuck with the nigga heavy now. Like he's on the bucket list of concerts to go to for real.
Oh yeah. So
I went to a Gucci concert. I'll never do that again.
What year you go? That matters.
Shit, it had to be like 08 or 09.
Oh yeah, you was fooling. And you survived. God bless you.
Nah, man, this nigga didn't come out.
Oh,
He was backstage the whole fucking time and didn't even come out. I don't know if it was a promoted. I don't know if it was a janky promoter situation. You never know. You never know.
And another thing too that I want to touch on too, like, you know, I seen a lot of people talking about Gucci having life insurance and all this shit on the artists. And I'm like, that's how I know people don't. But not only is it smart, that's typical. Motown had motherfucking life insurance on the Jackson 5, the Temptations, Diana Ross. Oh, that's just, if I spend money on you and you do get into an accident, I want to recoup something. Like, I mean, that's a shitty way to think, but that's how it works. Like, so for people to just be like, oh, he's shiesty. That nigga had life insurance on some of them artists. Like, no, he had it on all of them because it is what that's just how the business works. Like, unfortunately,
not to mention that he know what they into.
Exactly.
If you know you know what I'm saying, I still got some people that's kind of wild.
Mm-hmm.
I know how you get down. If I know how you get down, I know I'm not gonna bring you around certain people.
Absolutely.
Because I know how you get down. Like I know that there's a scenario that can pop off. I know the shit can go all the way left. And then, you know, now I got motherfuckers looking at me like, why you bring old boy when you knew this shit could happen? You know what I'm saying? If you the worst thing you could do is put yourself in a scenario where you're fucked.
Yeah.
And when you're spending money and you're cultivating an artist, and you realize that this nigga might have a little bit of a problem, or this nigga might be a certified basket case, and some shit might go off or it might happen. I'm going to get a life insurance policy on you.
Yep.
You never know. Because you never know. It's just a smart thing to do. I think that no matter what record companies or whoever you're signed to, you should have a policy on that person.
Yep. I mean, again, like I said, that shit is that's normal. I'm sure in every contract, even if it's, you know, a Taylor Swift, great contract.
I'm sure they do. Now it'd be fucked up if you're charging them to pay that. Now that's fucked up. That's fucked up. You're charging them to pay their own fucking what's the name? No.
Hey, now that's crazy.
But hey, don't think that the way the industry is, do not think that shit like that is not going down, man.
Man, when I heard the story about NSYNC and Backstreet Boys being signed to the same dude and all this and all that, he seemed like that type of nigga. Like, he would have them paying for their own life insurance. Yep, paying for their own life insurance. Like, shit is crazy. Because he had them beefing. He told them, you know, Justin don't like you and da-da-da-da. Like, come on, bro. That's fucked up. Pockets was crazy. So, that's about it. You know, it wasn't nothing crazy. I just, again, kind of was just letting niggas like know when to know your age, know your limits, and know when to stay off that internet. Like, don't let people talk you up out of your shit. Like, come on, man. So with that being said, I want to get into what we came here for. Unless you have anything else you want to say.
Nah, let's break it down.
All right, so the first one I'm going to say is riding in the back of a truck, the truck bed. I don't see that happen no more unless you in the country, but we used to do that shit faithfully
all the fucking time. All fucking time. I used to ride in the back of my dad's green truck with my dog.
Wait, you go to the store? You don't care where you're going. Can I go?
Yeah.
Shit was wild. Basically unsecured cargo, like Amazon packages with no ceiling, no seat belts, nothing.
Nothing.
You just back there. Man, we used to have this spot. We used to have this one spot in on this street, and if you hit it at the right angle, it felt like a roller coaster, right? Hitting your stomach like one of them drops. Man, now imagine being in the back of the truck and you hit that curve and you will literally bounce up off your shit, like where you like, oh shit, like, man. And we thought that shit was so fun. Oh, do it again. Yeah, all right. I think what really changed it for me was Chris Henry. R.I.P. to Chris Henry. When all that crap happened with him and he passed away because of some similar shit in the back of that truck, I was like, nah, I'm cool.
I knew he was in an accident. I didn't know he was riding in the back of a truck.
Yeah, he was in the back of that spot you ain't supposed to be in, man. So, I believe. Now I haven't looked at the story in a while. If I could be wrong, but I think him and this girl was getting into it, and she kind of like used the truck to get away, and he jumped in the back of it, trying to, like it's kind of like an action movie. And he was trying to stop her, and it didn't go well. So, what you got? You got anything?
So things that you would find is crazy. I'm gonna say I don't know if this is like, it might still go on now, but I don't think so. Putting your mother on the phone to talk to, like when I was a kid, if I wanted to stay the night at a friend's house, my mother would have to talk to their mother.
Oh yeah.
Does that still go on now?
To an extent.
Okay.
But yeah. Like, it honestly just depends on the kid in a sense. Like, okay, I'll say it like this. In 2026, you know who have good parents and who don't. Let's say it like that.
Okay.
Okay. I feel like when we were growing up, that was just custom. Like, that just happened.
Yeah.
Parent or not.
Yeah.
It just happened. Now, I've seen some shit. I have a 9-year-old daughter, and I've seen some shit where motherfuckers it's 9:00 and ain't nobody said nothing. I'm like, it's a school night. Where's your mom at? Where's your daddy?
Right.
So yeah, it's it's rare, brother. It's rare.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The one that I have is I know you're gonna remember this one. Secondhand smoke, man. They used to smoke everywhere, bro.
I actually had that too. I actually had that too.
Pull up at the restaurant, smoking or non-smoking.
Right.
What's it matter? The smoke getting over here anyway. Shit.
I mean, we didn't really think of it like that, but yeah.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
You get on an airplane. They got the ashtrays in there. Like,
bro, I couldn't imagine. I didn't ride in my first plane until I was grown. I could not imagine getting on an airplane, and somebody smoking in the front, in the front of the plane, or somebody smoking in the back of the. Bruh, I'm gonna lose my shit. I don't know how motherfuckers did do that shit. Yeah. I remember being a kid. I remember my auntie smoking in the doctor's office.
Yeah, normal.
Like, it wasn't shit. Like, she just light up her cigarette. She's sitting over there talking to the doctor about, her son's getting a little checkup. Yep. She's ashing, and the doctor is not saying anything. This shit was wild as fuck. Like, I'm like, shit crazy, bro.
Yeah,
like what I'm saying, that the 80s was a motherfucker.
Like, bruh, smoking or non-smoking, like, that shit is insane, bruh. Shit is crazy.
Yeah.
And all I want is some pancakes and some motherfucking sausage, and you the motherfuckers talking about smoking or non-smoking. Man, I'm glad they got
the crazy part that didn't really stop until like the mid 2000s. Maybe,
yeah,
early to mid 2000s.
Yeah, because
when that kind of stopped.
So another reason that I really remember it heavy too is because my mom, and she still does, but she used to play bingo heavy,
Mm.
and that they used to have the separate smoking sections. Like, and sometimes if we were running late, we had to sit in the smoking section, and I can't count on on my hands and feet how many times my mama had to tell them off like, stop smoking over me, lady. Like, had her all in her left hand, and that smoke just, that's the worst smoke is that shit that ain't even getting hit. That shit just
Man.
stop smoking over me, lady. Well, I'll beat your ass in here. Love you, mama.
So your mom, I take it your mom was a non-smoker?
Yeah, moms don't smoke. No. But the crazy part is my stepdad did.
Okay.
And she used to, bruh, it was listen, I don't know. Hey, it is what it is. But yeah, yep.
My mom smoked for a while, and then she quit. Then she started back, and then she quit again. And she's quit for she's been done smoking for almost 20 years now. But
oh shit, shout out to her.
Yeah, but yeah, back in the day, yeah. Smoking, have her wine.
Oh yeah. Another thing, another one that, and I kind of led with this when I was sending it to you and Rio was calling people's houses and talking to their mom or their dad, and to speak to someone else, like especially if you're talking about you in 7th grade, you just got this little chick's number, you like, oh, and then the number, she say, don't call before this time, or if you do, you gotta, and I'm and now here's the good thing, I had a lot of female cousins, so I could use them, you feel me? Or I call one of my female friends in 3-way, like, yo, can you ask for her, please? Thank you. But I've definitely had to call a couple females and act like I was a female. Hey, this is Brandy. Can I speak to Jessica?
Hey, you know what's crazy? So I never had to deal that, but I did have to speak to a lot of their moms. And growing up, it's weird because I don't remember talking to too many girls' fathers. I remember talking to their moms though. That's and all their moms love me. They all love me.
Moms, them easy shit.
Yeah. Easy. I think I might have had like maybe 2 fathers that I had to deal with.
Yeah, I had one. I definitely remember one in particular. Shit.
Yeah, I remember one in particular too.
Yep. Get off my daughter. All right. Drunk driving, or even just like laughing that shit off. Like, and I'll add this. It's kind of in the same thing. Like, my mom probably don't even know this, but my stepdad, I probably was like 7, 8, gave me my first taste of beer. Put that taste that. No taste of liquor, huh? Taste that, yeah. Like, put some hair on your chest. Like, what? I just don't know why that was a thing. But I'm not the first person that I've heard say that shit. Like, yeah, my uncle gave me my first sip of beer. Like,
no, my uncle, cousins, yeah, definitely had me going. But first time I got drunk, my uncle was sneaky. They would have these game nights, my parents and I come downstairs and my uncle was like, he would send me that and I'd be upstairs. And yeah, it was good times. Good times.
Yeah. Good times. I mean, shit, you had that one uncle that talk about shit. I drive better drunk. Shit. Yeah. I don't know about y'all. Your mama talking about, go on with him now. He'll be all right. Like, what?
Right.
Crazy. Yep.
Yeah, no, drunk driving is definitely not something that people do. Like, well, I'm not gonna say people don't do it, because, but it's definitely like it's frowned upon, definitely now, like
Yeah,
way more than it used to be.
yes. I don't know when it became a law. Like not, but there was a time where that wasn't a law. Like, thinking about it now in 2026, people probably think like, oh, that's been a law since the beginning of time. Like, nah, that's a pretty new law. Like, that's pretty new.
Yeah, and in the grand scheme of things, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Because I've seen a video maybe 2 months ago where the dude was at the bar and it was in like Texas or something, Oklahoma, one of them where they be having horses. This nigga came to the bar on his horse. He said, y'all ain't getting me. Nigga was wet. You hear me?
I can imagine riding a horse drunk.
Hey,
To be honest with you,
time, homie was.
yeah, I can't imagine that.
I'm not operating the vehicle.
I wouldn't get on. I wouldn't ride a horse sober though.
Yeah, and that horse.
I don't fuck with horses like that. Nah.
What else? You got anything you want to add? I got more.
No, go ahead.
Another one was okay. So this was the ultimate mind fuck right here, and I know you're gonna know this one. Go get a Switch, right? You go get the Switch, it ain't good enough. Now, but she tell you before, they tell you before you go get the Switch, and because you know what they like. You think I'm really about to come out here and get you together? Stop it. Your mama's my granddad was the Switch nigga. Like he used to go get a Switch, and boy, he get the ripping them leaves off that bitch. It's over, bro. And he said that's being kind. My granddad used to whoop me with the leaves on there. Say what? Shit's insane, bro.
So I'm gonna say this. I never got whooped with a Switch. Ever in life. Now I've seen plenty of whoopings. Like plenty of people in my family had to go get Switches. But my dad, he whooped with two things. When I was younger, he whooped with a belt. And as I got older, he had the paddle.
Dang.
Big Red.
Yeah. You know the name of that.
Yeah. We named it Big Red, and that and I don't know everybody that grew up in the church, but we was at church and we seen the and it had the proverb on it: spoil the ride. Spare the ride, spoil the child.
Yep.
Yeah. As soon as he seen that, oh yeah, how much are those? Yeah, buddy.
See, my mom said they used to spank kids in school. Like she was like, when I was in, middle school, elementary, like the teachers, they would spank you, like, or maybe they had a designated spanker, but either or, like,
No, me too.
Yeah, they would spank you, and then they would send you home with a note saying, "Yeah, we whooped his ass now." And guess what? Now your mama gonna whoop your ass. Like, damn. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. When I was in first grade.
Oh man, come on, man.
I got spanked by my principal.
What did you do?
I spazzed out on a kid that took my $1.
Sound like you, man. Stop it, man. Did he get ass whooping too? Shit.
No, only me. My dad had a fit. My dad he went up there. He checked the dude.
Yeah.
He said, "No, you got to whoop him too. you whoop my son. You gonna have to whoop him too.
Let me whoop him."
He told her, he was gonna whoop him.
And that's the thing too that my moms used to say too. And again, I'm glad we're not of this era, but if Miss Johnson saw you doing some shit wrong, Miss Johnson from up the street could whoop your ass and then tell your mama. Like, what?
That's absolutely true when I was growing up as well. When I was growing up, yeah. I mean, Now, mind you, there was only a certain like amount of, or a certain people that could.
Yeah, for sure.
Not everybody,
Mm-hmm.
but there were certain people that could discipline
Yeah.
you and then let your parents know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they might not actually have to be related to you.
Right.
Now, if there was like a cousin or an uncle or like you know what I'm saying, older cousin, auntie, something like that. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you was out of pocket. Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you was getting 2 whoopings that day.
Yeah.
Cause you damn sure was getting another one when you got home.
But I couldn't imagine doing something and my neighbors are my I ain't gonna say my best friend, but you know, we kick it, you know, from time to time. And I did something, and his mom saw it and gave me a whooping. Like that shit's crazy to me. I don't know if I'm going for that. I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, like, I don't know if I'm going for that, man.
I mean, in 2026?
Never. In 1993, nigga. Shit.
I mean, like I said, it's not nothing that, like, I wasn't necessarily a kid that got a lot of whoopings. The ones that I did get, I earned. It wasn't like.
Now listen, damn, you just said some shit. Cause I agree 1,000% with you. I didn't get a lot of whoopings, but pretty much every one that I got.
Yeah, I earned that shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely say that. I earned that shit. Yep. But they were things that taught me lessons. Like, to this day, I don't lie to my parents. You know, well, my father passed, but you know,
I hear that.
But my mother, I don't, you know what I'm saying? So if I don't want to tell her something, I just won't tell her something.
Right.
I will, you know what I'm saying? But I won't actually come out my mouth and say a lie. And then, there's none of that. My father broke me up from that when I was like 6 years old. One of the worst ass whoopings I ever took in my life, but I never forgot that shit. And I never told, no matter what, if he asked me some stuff, I just went ahead and say, you know what, I'm gonna take my chance because he might not whoop me. I know because there was only 2 things growing up that would guarantee your ass whoop.
Lying is,
and that was lying, and stealing. If you stole from somebody, you was gonna get your ass whooped.
That's a fact.
Yeah, you was gonna get your ass whooped if you stole from your ass whooped.
Damn. Yeah. Damn, you just said something, because I never thought of it that way. Like, and I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, because you know, compared to my sisters, my older and my little, like, I ain't get too many whoopings, but everyone I did get, why, yeesh.
Yeah. No, they was worth it.
Damn. I think that's not it, but let me see. All right, so another one that I have, and I don't even know, do kids still, you wouldn't know shit. Do kids still roast each other, cap on each other? Like,
I don't know, because
that's what we did.
We still do it to this day.
Not only that, we had a nigga in our clique just for that. Like,
yeah.
Like, I mean, it's the truth. Like, you know, we know such and such wasn't, you know, the richest but he made me feel like I was goddamn Carlton Banks. So I'm clowning this nigga, like, you know. So I feel like that shit don't exist no more. Mostly because
it's too PC.
It's too PC. But again, one of the things that I admire about Gen Z is the fact that they accept all clothes, all shoes, like styles, in the sense of, like, remember when we was growing up, bro, it was either Jordans, Nikes, depending on the era. Like, if Saucony's was in, you could wear Saucony's. If Reeboks was in, you could wear Reebok. Like, but it was only a certain amount of shoes that was acceptable in the culture and shit. But now in Gen Z, they don't care. Like, and matching, you had to match. They don't match. They don't care about none of that shit, bro.
They don't care about nothing.
They don't care about none of that shit.
Hey,
Shit's
It's
crazy.
a different breed. It's a different breed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't. So it's different in even how they approach women.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They have a different thing. Like, so me growing up, it was your Cedar Point was your practice ground. That
Oh
was
yeah,
practice.
for sure. Kings Island.
You growing up with Kings Island, that was the thing. I would get a season pass, like with me and one of my homies, or with me or one of my cousins. We would go up there, we pull chicks, ride rides, get numbers. That was how, you know what I'm saying, how it go. That's how we learned how to actually talk to women and stuff like that. That's what we had to learn to do. You know what I'm saying? There's none of that now.
Nah.
There's none of that now. It's different. It's like totally different. Like
Yeah, I feel like they don't even talk till
they
they meet
don't.
in person. Like,
Right.
so pretty much we just text, and you can start a relationship off of an inbox on Instagram or something like that. Like, that shit's crazy to me, because that's not how it went. Like, almost to the point where I remember getting a situation where I fake send my homeboy trying to get the number, and she say, if he can't come talk to me, I'm cool. Like, I'm like, oh shit, go talk to her. Like, but now I feel like that's just normal. Like,
yeah,
yeah, you're right, boy. That was it. Let me see. Oh, this one. I don't know if this is still a thing. Getting your ears pierced at the mall. I got both my ears pierced. I remember my little sister when she was a baby got her ears pierced at the mall by a teenager, like with a little earring gun or whatever. Like, that shit's crazy. You don't know if
so
that
where
thing
do
is
you get pierced
sterile.
now?
I don't know. I would imagine a tattoo shop or a piercing shop. Like,
Oh yeah, you definitely.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but they don't still pierce earrings at the mall.
I don't know. I mean, the only reason, listen, that's not sanitary, man. Going into a Claire's and getting your ears pierced that shit's insane, bro. And for real, it's a 16-year-old girl and another 17-year-old girl that work in here. Like, you think they sterilizing and give me a minute. As soon as you come in, they just getting right to come on. Now your baby ear this damn
I would
big.
think that they did. I would think that they did. You might be right though. You might be right.
It's just one of them things in me that I think about. Like, that shit's wild, man. It's really,
you might be right.
Really just doing that shit. Here's one. I know you're gonna like this one. Kids being the remote control or an assistant, pretty much.
The
your mom and
Gophers.
your daddy watching TV, you upstairs doing whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
Chaz.
Yeah.
Okay, you come. You think somebody dead? Mama, hand me that remote, or go give me something to drink. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? And that shit acceptable around 6 or 7. You don't know nothing. Okay, yeah, I love my mommy. Okay. By the time you get like 12, you're like, yo, I felt Craig, man. When Craig dropped that ice on Pops on Friday, yeah, be like that. Don't play with me. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, you tweaking.
Hey, my mom's favorite thing to do was she now this you'd have to be around her. Like, she wouldn't call you and do none of this shit, but you would be around her and she'd say, "Ooh, I'm thirsty." You like, you don't say nothing. I said I'm thirsty. You want something to get? Yeah, please. Well, you thank you. Like, oh man, shit's crazy, man. Yep.
Hey.
You just an assistant, man. I
Hey
had
man,
and one of my mom's things was she called me and I say, "You called me?" She said, I brought you home, didn't I?" She like, all right, I would say, "You want me? You want me? I brought you home, didn't I?" Like, all right, man. That shit's crazy.
uh,
Okay, another one. Do you remember when like people say like chain letters, but I remember when like back in the day with the Nokia phones, like somebody will send you something. If you don't send this to 10 people, or if you send this to 10 people, you'll have the best luck and your crush will say she loves you by the end of the day. Like you remember them type joints? Like the chain letters
shit.
or chain messages?
They got like new age shit of that
They do
on.
they still do that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like on TikTok though. It'll be like, um, share this to somebody for 10 years of good luck, or don't share it and
See?
and
Or
get
don't
7 years
share
of bad luck.
it.
Yeah, it's like
See, I like to share, like I've gotten it a couple times, shit like it'll be I just shared this one recently, like a black man, like, "Yo, black man, I just want to tell you, we love you," and shit like that, I'll
I
share.
love that. I
But
love
I'm
that.
not sharing nothing that says, share this to the next 10 people in 10 minutes so your
Nah.
crush can tell you she loves you. Like, get the fuck out of
Or
here.
or you'll get a blessing of 1 million or
Get
whatever
the
it is.
fuck out of
Yeah, please. The only thing I like to share funny shit. So if you
Oh yeah,
motherfucker,
yeah, yeah. That's legit.
but and I think that's the new way to check on somebody.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I might not say hi every day. I might
Yeah,
not hit
yeah,
you up every day. I might not
yeah,
say good morning. But you'll get some random funny ass shit.
yeah, yeah.
Send that motherfucker to your ass. Just you know
Mm-hmm.
what
Yep.
I'm saying?
Another one. Parents telling you to go play. Go play. Fuck out my face. Go play.
Now you being a parent, you you tell your daughter to go play.
Huh? Huh? Hey man, be like that sometimes, man. Shit.
Hey man, hey, that's one of
Hey,
the things that
kids
we
just be saying anything, bro. Saying
bruh.
anything.
When we would play, we would go everywhere. Like,
Mm-hmm.
bruh, we would. You know what's crazy? Nowadays, kids be like 8, 9 years old with cell phones.
Mm-hmm. My daughter got a little watch, but she don't have no cell phone.
I didn't have a cell phone till I was 17, 18, something like that.
I got a cell phone in 7th grade.
It
My,
see,
mm-hmm.
see how the time you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like now I had a pager though. I had a
Okay.
pager.
Okay. Okay.
And that motherfucker, that pager used to the vibrate on that pager could wake the dead. I promise you. That
Yeah.
motherfucker was so damn strong,
Yeah.
motherfuckers. And like I had a couple cats that graduated before me.
Yeah.
And them niggas used to feel like it was the funniest thing in the world because they knew they would
Yeah.
page my shit. Knew when I was in study hall, knew I was like, I that or something like in study hall. That motherfucker going crazy.
Damn.
Trying to get me caught up in shit.
It's funny because I remember I think one of my so like right after the Nokia and like when phones start getting more advanced, one of my favorite phones or devices, whatever how you want to say it. Shout out to Rich was a sidekick, bro.
Yeah.
I wanted a sidekick so motherfucking bad. And I feel like they was about to really take off. But then the iPhone came out the next year or next with because that dropped like 0506 or maybe even 0405. But um Rich gonna know where I'm going with this. One time we were in high school and we was at lunch and it was Rich's birthday and he just got a sidekick too, I believe. Like, and
Mm-hmm.
he got the clip, he keeping on his clip. But you know, we ain't supposed to have no phone, but he pulled me to the side to show it to me. And if you outside looking in, I get why they thought what they thought. They thought that we did a drug deal or something. Like, so they called me to the office and they called him. But I didn't know. Like, I didn't know they called him to the office, but they kept asking me like, what were you guys doing? What were you doing? Like, and all this. And I'm like, nothing. Like, we ain't doing nothing. Like, I'm holding it down, bro. I'm like, nah, hell not. Like, nah. So much so that Rich had to come in the office, like, because his administrator was his football coach. So you know how that is. Like, he's like, yeah, coach, I just got to and I'm in there giving the old boy a hard time. Like, finally, Rich came in there, was like, School, tell him the truth, bro. It's cool. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, so he just got it for his birthday, bro. Like, you think I'm going home with this nigga and I just got him his sidekick too taken? No. I'm not no,
yeah, I'm not about to. Nah.
No thanks. So, but now I feel like you can have your phone.
Everybody has a phone now.
Yeah,
this shit is crazy.
My daughter's in the 3rd grade, and she'll write me randomly, or she does voice notes or whatever more than anything. Like, "Hi, Dad, I love you." Like, just random. I'm like, ain't you supposed to be learning? And where's your teacher at?
Hey man, listen, they drop out of that. So cherish that while you got it, man, because they drop out of that shit.
Another one I got: adults saying wild stuff to kids. You know, of course, the usual, you know, I'll give you shut up or I'll give you something to cry about. Telling them old stories, you know, and I'll use an example. I had one of my uncles, loved him dearly, but I had to be like 11. And I was really obsessed with the Temptations and, you know, the David Ruffins, all that shit. Yeah. And, you know, they died from drugs and blase. And my uncle was like, boy, let me show you something. The nigga showed me where he was shooting heroin in his arms and all the types of shit. And I'm like, you know, looking back on it, I'm thinking like, oh, that's cool. Like, not necessarily cool, but like, damn, my uncle was doing that shit. That's crazy. Like, but now I'm like, why the fuck would that nigga show me that shit?
Hey, man.
That shit crazy.
Hey, so my best friend's mother, God rest her soul, was the queen of saying wild shit.
Yeah.
And when I say wild, I mean wild fucking shit. Like, I remember she told his younger brother she was gonna break his neck in 58 places. Yeah, man. That's just, hey, listen, there's a long list of shit, but I won't get into everything.
Yeah.
What I tell you, like, she used to always say the craziest fucking shit. She used to even say crazy shit to me too. And she loved the shit out of me. She loved the shit out of me and would still say crazy shit to me.
Yep.
Me and my brother Brock, we would both say that. And like she was just like, man, hey, listen. But we would always be over there because nigga, she was funny as shit, you know. And she knew, we all knew it was coming out of a place of love, but she still used to say the craziest shit. And imagine saying this shit today. And then somebody come, oh, I can't believe you said that to my kid. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like the whooping thing that you was talking about. Like, you can't imagine somebody whooping your kid and then you know what I'm saying, then telling you and then shit be cool.
Yeah. And that's the crazy thing too. Recently I think I made it to like season 3, but I was rewatching the Bernie Mac show. And you know, that's how Bernie was talking to them kids. Like, you know, I'll bust your head to the white meat. Like, and the reason that was such a big deal was because, you know, he was living in like Hollywood or in a rich neighborhood, and his kids was going to like a Catholic school. So, you know, he's talking to his kids in front of these Catholic teachers and stuff. So they made it a big deal. But even then in 2005, like that shit was normal. Like your mama mama look at you, nigga, don't play with me. You know, I knock your motherfucking head off in here. Like, damn. Yeah. Or my mom used to have this look, nigga, like just the look. And I'm like, oh shit, I don't even want to make eye contact with this lady because I already know what's about to happen.
So my dad was the same way. And when my dad got real mad, his eyes would change colors. Now they were always a green.
Yeah.
But when the madder he got, the more they used to It was like almost a lime green to like almost yellowish.
Damn.
It was crazy. That mother, like when he got mad, boy, it was a sight to see.
Mm-hmm.
It was a sight to see. I used to always think like, man, this nigga gonna have an aneurysm. like
Oh shit. Yeah. Let me see what else I got on here. Okay, so another one. I don't think I knew that. So like now they say, a kid shouldn't ride in the front seat until they like 11 or 12 and they reach a certain pounds and all this. And, you should be in the booster seat until you're 8 or 7 or 8. And nigga, we was riding in the front seat. Bro, I was riding in the front seat at like 5 and 6.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
and and let my older sister not be there. Mama, I'm in the front seat. Go ahead, come on. Like,
yeah,
that's just what it was. And you riding in my mom's first car that I remember was a 88 Cutlass Supreme, like big long body, gray bitch. Like, I don't even remember that motherfucker having seat belts on it. Like, you know what I mean? She hit that turn too hard. But you're so young, you still think it's a game. Like, oh, this is fun. Like, all right.
I fell out of a car one time.
Yeah.
And
shit ain't no joke. Shit ain't fun.
Hey, because I fell out of a car. My pops hit a turn. He hit the turn, and that motherfucker, I was leaning on the door, and that motherfucker fell smooth right out that shit. Damn. I hit a quick roll, and then he was like, "Hey, you okay?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Boy, get your ass in this car. Hurry up."
Hey, that's how it is.
And then when I got in there, he was like, "Hey, you make sure that you put your damn seatbelt on next time. And don't tell your mama."
Don't tell your mama. I do not have time for this shit.
Hey, listen, the list of don't tell moms is crazy, bro.
I believe
it is crazy.
I believe it. That's just normal. Don't tell your mama nothing.
So let me ask you this.
Go for it.
When I was growing up, I'm gonna switch back to the video game shit. When I was growing up, we had the Nintendo and regular Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. Are you familiar with any of them systems?
Yeah. My first system. So my older sister is 8 years older than me. So we had an Atari, and then we went from Atari to a Sega Genesis. And Rich had a Nintendo because his older sister is older than him, so they had an original Nintendo. So yeah, we played all that shit.
Do you remember the frustrations of not being able to pass a certain board, and then the game mess up and you got to blow the game?
Pause. Listen, I definitely remember that. And there was no saving.
And there was no.
You started from stage 1 every time.
So I seen somewhere where they said the kids of this generation are soft because they don't have to go through those trials and tribulations that we had to go through as we play video games. And you know what's crazy? I kind of agree.
Yep.
I kind of agree. There was something about that path that you had to take to play those games and to beat those games, and it changed a lot as far as perspective on how to see things, and it cultivated a lot of our mindsets now about how easy it is for others to give up. When you had to go through that shit, you didn't never give up.
They don't know shit about them sleepovers where we gonna beat this game tonight. It's 3 of y'all. It's a 1-player game. Like, you got this shift, you got this shift.
I was just about to say that. Yeah.
They don't know shit about keeping your game on all night, covering it up. Because if your mama see this shit's on all night, it's a wrap.
Oh man.
They don't know nothing about that.
Man.
Yep. Because
putting the fan by it so it cool down, so don't be hot.
Yep. Even if you play on your phone certain game, like all games anyway, that shit save. You get right back to the same stage you was at. Like, man.
That's something that's wild. Like right now, that would be wild.
Yep. Yeah, I already said the adults saying wow shit to kids. Okay. Another one is, like I said, being in the car with no seatbelt or whatever, but sleeping in the car too. Like, bruh, I done slept in the car, folded up like a lawn chair, just whole body, just that should be crazy.
I took a nap in the car not that long ago. It happens. Sometimes you just need a nap, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. So yeah, like I said, being outside all day. I think that's pretty much all I have.
No, definitely. Let
me see.
That being outside all day is still, you know what's crazy? I rarely see kids outside like I was.
Now let me say this: my daughter and her friends love to be outside, and I think the reasons why I really like it is not too many boys around here.
Okay. Well, that's always a plus.
Yes, and because I feel like 9 or 10 is maybe a year.
Yep.
Like, that's that age where you start, asking more questions than you have answers for. So, I ain't ready, man. I ain't ready.
You're never gonna be ready, bro.
That's what my mama told me. I went to her concert last Wednesday, or this past Wednesday, and was in there, tears dropping down my eyes, like my baby getting older, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do, Lord.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, but that's pretty much the episode, man. Just talking about those things, man, and how I don't know how that shit would go today, man. I really don't. And I think out of all of those that I spoke on, I think the couple that blew my mind, but one that really blew my mind was the smoking thing. Like, it's been this state has been like non-smoking in public, in restaurants and shit for so long that sometimes I forget that I was around when that was okay. Like,
yeah, you don't really think about it, and then until you mentioned it, like,
yeah,
it's like,
yep,
and it's crazy because other states you can still smoke. There's places you can still smoke.
That's exactly what I was gonna say, because Cincinnati is right by Indiana and Kentucky, and if I'm not mistaken, Kentucky was after us. So sometimes we go to Kentucky, and go somewhere, and I'm like, they ain't supposed to. Boy, this Kentucky, they can do whatever the fuck they want to do. Oh shit, you right.
Like, yeah, Michigan was after us too.
So it's like, damn, okay. So hey, man, I appreciate you, brother, for being here, man.
Oh yeah, man.
The first of many.
Let's go. Let's go.
So with that being said, a pleasure. I appreciate you. Kind of like Rich say, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. We damn sure appreciate you. And again, if you hear something that you really I guess relate to, let us know. We like interaction, or leave a comment, inbox us on Instagram, whatever, man. We definitely want to hear from y'all, because I want to know what y'all want to hear from us. You know what I mean? Like, it's on you, our next one anyway, because I'm done thinking. I'm sick of thinking.
All right, well, you know what I'm saying? I'll get it in. Don't even worry.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, brother.
Definitely.